Okay, hello people. My name's Natalie. This is the Friends of Freyr blog, and this is actually my first blog, which is dedicated totally towards this group. And so what I'd like to share with you is basically what I'm going to be sharing this week and what I'm committing to right now. So today I'm going to talk about, I'm hoping my phone isn't going to decide to stop recording at some time and screw this all up. I haven't actually been diligent enough to empty the phone memory yet, so if it does stop I might just start again. We'll just see how we go. Today I have a bit of a theme going about the disability sector, which you'll see in other blog postings, which I'm going to link to, which are on the Friends of Freyr website, and which basically, give a bit of a background into my perspective and opinion on how things are managed around my daughter. My daughter has intellectual disability. Strictly, it's or the category or box that they put it in is Rubinstein-Taybi syndrome, which is a mixture of autism, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, in that she has autistic features and traits. Also intellectual disability in terms of being non-verbal, although I don't like the word disability at all. I think it's a total misnomer. And then cerebral palsy, in that she's got quite low muscle tone. Physically her balance is a bit off. She's a bit slow to do everything. Her coordination and speech is basically, I think, hampered by actual neural connections or pathways not actually being 100% in place, or functioning as a normal person does. So my goals around making this blog is to share with other parents, but also people who might be interested in volunteering on the project that I'm proposing to do, and become involved in our family and our lifestyle, and also other skilled professionals who might have skills they want to share and contribute to this concept that I call Revivement Village. And that's basically revivement. Instead of it being like a retirement village where you go to retire, you actually come here to come back to life, and hence revivement, like Viva is life. And I don't believe in slaving away all your life in this lovely bureaucratic system or whatever it is that we're born into, to then just have to go somewhere and die and be forgotten about by society. I'd actually like to create a reality for me, my daughter, where we live, and our community, that we can be doing all the things that people dream about doing when they retire. And that just be our way of life and way of contributing together. And I believe that there's a lot of things that we don't need money for, in as such as that, if we were actually to exchange a lot of things, if everyone actually contributed to the common good, then there could be a much better quality of life, and there'd be a lot less bureaucratic bullshit going on. And for me, it's just a more natural way to live and be in community with each other. So today I'm going to talk about generally just about the disability sector, my experiences in that, and maybe make a few suggestions about what I see could be improved, and also something I've come across that I'm going to try out next week when it gets released, and see how that actually can improve management and I don't know if you call it communication, or efficiency or accountability, in as to how my daughter's funding actually hits the ground and is not accounted for, utilised, like how it's some responsibility around whether it's what an organisation does or says it's going to do, or if it's just to actually be clear around what certain roles and responsibilities are when you're managing funding under the NDIS, because I've just had some really terrible experiences and miscommunications, and basically just people not following through on what I was under the impression they were meant to do, and which has ended up in a total disaster. But everything is for to learn, and I just believe that something amazing is going to come out of this, and hopefully that's what's happening now. And it's hopefully a way that as parents we can really step up into the role that we are included in a child's life without expected to be this carer or manager, and then this funding comes along and it actually creates more of a headache administration wise, and people still don't do what they could be doing. I just see myself as now like a manager for my daughter and her future. Like, she's 15, she's probably never going to be independent. On a side note, NDIS funding is actually meant to help parents and carers re-enter the workforce and become economic contributors to society, because there's a lot of people that are prevented, myself being one, of really fully contributing as a economic participant, as someone that can really fully devote themselves to their work, their job, whatever it is that. Hey, check this out. I was starting to go on a bit of a rant there then. But basically, just was illustrating. I'm sitting in Ingham at the Greyhound bus depot actually, on my way back up to Cairns. So, and this lovely sculpture behind me is actually hummingbirds feeding on flowers, which probably would look quite nice in the evening. So yes, the NDIS funding is meant to also help carers re-enter the workforce, whatever capacity that's in. So, I forgot what I was talking about before I went on that side tangent. So as a parent, we can get caught up so much in being a carer and having to administer, or my experience has been that a lot of the jobs that I basically thought were assigned to other people, and so I'm just going to get in the sun, in terms of following up whether care shifts were being organised, people being employed who I'd chosen to be employed, that respite was actually happening, like that the care requests that I'd put in were actually happening. It's a very long story. Maybe I'll do a separate blog on that. But basically, I see these organisations that are actually charging money for doing certain things, or, well, they're not even really clear on what they've said they're going to do, I don't think, and it's just not clear at all. So this app that my brother's actually been making, it's actually an OH&S thing, and as a result of what's happened down in Townsville, and all the breakdowns of what just happened with our funding and the people that were supposed to be support coordinators, and also the agency that was managing the care, they, I just think it wasn't really clear as to, to me it's not rocket science, it's things that I do all the time as a parent, but it does take up a lot of time. And if these organisations are getting funded to perform these roles, like a support coordinator, you would think that they would do, haven't actually done that. And they've, left a big gap, well, there has been a huge bloody big gap. And, I might as well, it would actually have saved me more time to do it all myself, rather than have had this organisation on board, basically. They didn't teach me anything. All they did was create more work for me. And so if I'd known that they weren't going to do their job in the first place, then maybe I could have been paid to do it, but they don't let that happen. But yeah, I just think things could be a lot clearer. And this app I was talking to my brother about yesterday that he's designed, he's actually a OHS, his background is in OHS, because this whole thing has put my daughter's safety in jeopardy, and I want to make sure in the future that nothing like this happens again, and I want to know exactly what everyone's accountable for, and I want that to be able to be checked off, you know, and in a system where I can just say and go, okay, look at this person, yep, they've done this, okay, no, they haven't done that, right, do I need to follow anything up, blah, 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 you know, it's all very, I would almost say automated, but, you know, you still have to design it all in a way that's going to be appropriate for your child. It's a free app, by the way, so I'll give you more information about it next week. Tomorrow I want to talk about this retreat idea that I'm putting together, and that's basically around having a retreat with other parents and carers, families, being able to bring your family member with a different ability along and have a family holiday together, and for that to actually feel like and be a holiday rather than you know, somewhere where you don't have your normal supports in place and it ends up being more stressful than if you were to just stay at home, which, you know, in my experience has happened in the past when I've gone away with my daughter. So it's around creating a family homestay environment where people can come as families and share some time out together, where responsibilities can be shared, where there can also be support, where also carers can come along. Hopefully OHS will definitely be in place to ensure that care providers in Australia are cool with being able to provide a safe workplace even if it's in another country. And in my opinion, all families should be, I think it's reasonable and necessary that every family gets to have some kind of family holiday together at some stage in their lifetime. Hopefully, you know, once a year would be nice. And, you know, and as what's normal in a normal family would be that you would go on holiday together. So it should be reasonable or necessary to then actually enable your carer to come along on that family holiday and basically be there to support your person, child, whatever, with a disability. I hate the word disability. And yeah, just to be there as well. And tomorrow I'm gonna talk, actually to parents and looking at, you know, how things could work, how we can create this sort of collaborative way of co-caring, co-funding, whether it's in the building side of things, whether it's in the caring side, whether it's in economic contribution, participation, whether it's with your skills that you might be able to contribute in some way to create something that's going to be for the common good. And I've kind of put it into a context of like a timeshare retreat analysis thing. So in a way you have a share in what the creation is, or not creation, but in the sorry, I'm just getting low blood sugar. You have a share in, like a timeshare in whether it's the one house or the group of houses or the finished village, and you know, as steps go along the way, you can contribute to that in different ways. I mean, you can even come to Bali now. I have a house in Bali where, you know, it's pretty well set up. It's pretty safe for what my daughter, what her needs are. The kitchen's lockable, or the bedrooms have locks on them. There's 2 rooms where where I stay with Freya when I'm there, and there's also a room for volunteers, and there's a room that I've put aside for like a skilled professional person that might be interested in contributing to the project in a way, at the moment on the side of the building and design, sustainable techniques, and And then we also have like a local family there who live there, and they basically, you know, if I need to get something from the market or need help with something, you know, in the local language, or, you know, they're just there, they're my family there. They're beautiful supports and hosts, so they're kind of like my host as well. And yeah, Arif, he is also working on my design project, which at the moment is this first tiny house, which will be in Seminyak, which is not far from Denpasar. It's sort of like still in the city part of Bali, and it's actually next door to Bali Street Kids, which is an orphanage. And I've been talking to Puti and Michael, Putu, who are the people that have run that for like, I think maybe 20 years. And they have kids there who would also be interested in coming and helping on our building project, help us learn a bit of Tagalog, that's Philippines, help us learn some Bahasa Indonesia, and yeah, and just they do cool things. Where is my light gone? Cool things like Balinese dance, hip hop, things like that my daughter can be involved in while we're there. And yeah, we hope to share like bamboo building skills with them, because my main passion is around building bamboo tiny houses, or any kind of tiny house really. And yeah, that's sort of all the design and sustainable technology around bamboo, around renewable energy systems, around growing your own food, around becoming I don't like the word self-sufficient, I don't like the word sustainable, like just that you can live a normal everyday life and have your needs met. Like I think I've got a video floating around somewhere on when we went over to Java to stay with Arif's family just before the end of Ramadan. And yeah, just, I mean, how life there is in Java, it's like, so, you know, they've got chickens in the backyard, they're growing, a lot of things are grown locally, like, you know, everything's so cheap there because everyone is in and producing something. And, you know, all these things that are so like cool and organic and expensive in our sort of way of, I don't know what it is, you know, in our culture, you know, there it's just normal, and it's just part of life. And, you know, that's the kind of thing that I'd like to return to in a way, because I just feel like all this organic and, you know, new age everyday stuff is just being sensationalized so much, when it's how we used to live. It's like how humans have survived on the planet for so long. Like, it's only this green revolution, okay, I'm going on another rant, this green revolution and, you know, productive farming or whatever it is, like farmers being out there, and we live in the city and buy everything from the supermarket. Like, it's totally unnatural and it's crazy actually. And not saying it's not great to be able to have foods and, you know, foods that you buy, or market stalls, or to be able to go and participate in commerce. But I think just so much has been taken out of our own hands, which is innate knowledge, and which can actually be just normal everyday activities that especially our kids, or my daughter especially, would be able to participate in a fashion that would enable her to be part of a community of people that are doing things, whether it's growing food in the garden, whether it's making like a little mud brick house or a table or a bench or whatever it is, you know. Like, I believe she can be supported enough with a group of people, and it's going to be, and to me it's like a much more natural and accountable way of caring, don't like that word, you know, including people who do have special needs. Because for my daughter, it's not rocket science to look after her. She does need constant surveillance, but it's you know, she doesn't need someone sitting next to her for 24/7 waiting for her to pee her pants. You know, she does need someone that's going to watch her and just make sure, redirect her, we call it, you know, not constantly, hopefully, if she's interested in what we're doing, redirect her to you know, participate, have friends around her, have a group of people that, yeah, are just doing things that are part of everyday life, whether it's preparing food also, whether it's making products. Like, I'd like to see a community business happen around our village that my daughter can participate in, whether it's like, you know, tearing apart little pieces of dried flowers or mixing bath salts or whatever that business will be in the future. And I feel that as a, you know, from all these aspects of myself, you know, I'm a parent, I also have professional skills, I can also be a volunteer, like there's all these realms of where people can contribute in different ways to make like a rich tapestry of people and a community. It's not just about special needs, it's not just about people with disabilities, it's actually about giving a broad section of the community the opportunity to come and participate in something that everyone's talking about, and, you know, it's wanting to be in, but, you know, it's still in the realm of courses and education and the cool factor, when, like, really, when are we going to actually step into that and actually, you know, do these things that are gonna include our children, that are gonna provide a, you know, a deep sense of satisfaction and nurturing to us as well. Like, I've had a volunteer, well, he was meant to be paid, but this was part of the Townsville disaster, volunteer who, you know, just being around, like, I've been able to offer him free accommodation, and he's just been there at times, whether it's in the morning really early when I need to go for a walk. Like, I mean, you know, I don't have to wake them up or anything, but, you know, I just go out for my walk and I just know that someone is there if Freya does wake up. You know, being able to go to appointments, being able to go to meetings, like, he's been like her big brother and just stepped into that role so beautifully, and, you know, really engages with her in a way that he doesn't see her as a disabled person. He sees her as his little sister, and he's, you know, just helping her and doing what things that, you know, whether we've talked about, oh, you know, this would be a good thing, if it's, you know, stuff that, an interest that they share, whether it's fitness, whether it's music, whether it's just, you know, sitting there with the iPhone making crazy things on Snapchat and singing. Like, he's actually got her singing I Shot the Sheriff, and she won't do it in front of me, I haven't seen it yet, but apparently she does it. So, and this is the thing, you know, it's like, you know, increasing her level of relating, of building relationships, friendships, and enriching her life, which, you know, I don't think any organisational funding could ever do. And, you know, it comes down to real people, real humans, real heart, and people coming or giving what they feel from their heart, and just being in genuine connected environment and space with whoever it is. It's not just my daughter, I mean, it's other, like, people that are working in Bali with me, the local guys who are, you know, designing the bamboo stuff, or, you know, helping me design the bamboo stuff, or they're building my designs. But anyway, so it's an opportunity to not only, like, help out a parent like myself, or just, you know, become part of a family where I think special needs children are quite, you know, interesting in that they have very different abilities to normal kids. And if you're one of those people that, you know, connects with someone with special needs and has that talent, or I don't know if it's a talent, ability to see on their level, like see the world through their eyes, and just connect with them and form this, what do you call it, like rapport, I guess is the best word, form a rapport with them, and just kind of explore the world through their eyes, like, and it's tapping into your intuition as well. Like, I know when I'm working with my daughter, like, I just make up songs, like, we just make up these crazy things and do strange things also sometimes, and yeah, just it's just being in that space where you can follow your intuition. And I mean, it's the same in all life, really. It's not just around special needs children, but this is actually an environment specifically, where that can arise a lot more genuinely, I guess, or completely, because there is no other rules, There's no like, oh, I've got to be at school at da-da-da, and there's homework, and there's this and there's that. No, it's like working towards a goal and feeling in yourself like what's right now, like letting your own creativity come into the picture of everyday life and intertwining that into what maybe there's learning goals, maybe there's things that actually do need to be done, all sorts of ways that as humans we can have an experience together that for me is richer and more fulfilling than chasing the dollar. I don't know, all that sort of stuff. So anyway, so Tuesday, tomorrow, I'm going to talk about this retreat concept, speaking to other parents like myself who may be interested in coming to like a family homestay environment. This year it's going to be in Bali in December. That's what I'm proposing. Actually be in Lombok, and subject to confirmation. I'm going to go and see the site when I get back to Bali, but it looks beautiful from what I've seen, and the people who I've been talking to whose resort is there in Bali, in Lombok. They embody all the qualities that I believe in that, it's not that people are there to serve you. It's like you come somewhere and everyone is like a family. So, it does sometimes mean things are in slow-mo sometimes, like there are things that we need to address on a safety level that, just to ensure that, when something does really need to happen, it happens. But in terms of the context of staff or caring or how people actually experience being in a different place and participating in activities or whatever it is, it's not that attitude of slave-master relationship and, oh, you're my staff and you'll, do this, do that. It's actually just being included in an environment. The staff are there because they love what they do, they're happy to be there, and everything is like an interaction on a level of we're all human beings, and if that's not what you're looking for, then then I'm sure you can find something else that suits you better. But that's what I seek when I go somewhere, because I don't want to be treated like I'm any different to anyone else. I want to feel like I'm part of a family environment, and I want to feel like my daughter is just naturally cared for and accepted and belonging in where I am, where I choose to be at. So so Wednesday I'll be talking more to volunteers, talking about workshops, talking about what's happening with the tiny house build in Seminyak, how you can come and learn, be part of that build, help contribute, whether it's share with the kids, share with my daughter, help out there. And I'm quite happy for people to come and learn and exchange on that level, or if you just want to come and pay for as like a workshop, you're learning those skills, learning about how to build with bamboo, learning about tiny houses and the technology that we're designing and sometimes appropriating, but mainly designing to build affordable housing that it's not in this low level realm, but it's also not like the sort of elitist stuff that you see a lot around. Like, it's in this middle range where you can add in things that might be more expensive, but my aim is to make the designs at a level that's affordable and adaptable to any person, any environment, from any tier of the world or society, whether you live in a developing country or whether you're from the Western world. We have so much bamboo growing in Australia. People don't know how to build with it, how to work with it. So it's not just about the design, but we have a design. that's based on a Lombok from Java, and that's thanks to Joglo at Farmer's Yard, and I've been working with him on, he did his design there at Farmer's Yard, and we've adapted that or improved it, or as he says, perfected it to what this design is that we're going to be building in Seminyak. So yeah, I'd really like to invite volunteers and people that are interested to come and learn how to build with bamboo and create these sustainable technologies that, oh dear, I think my phone's going to ring, that can improve the lives of not just the elite as well, but actually people that live in developing countries, that people back here in Australia, that I'm one of them, that probably won't ever be able to afford some kind of $200,000 mortgage, who knows, that where you can actually learn these skills and you can actually come back and build something that you can live in that's totally sustainable. I'm looking for at the moment, anyone, methane digester system that will be able to be utilised in this design. That comes from my background of having been in Philippines for a few months, and also in Bali, but mainly Philippines, where I won't go into the sanitation thing, but it just seems stupid that we shit and then we chop down trees to produce some kind of cooking fuel, when if we don't think about it too much, if we came up with a design, which I know has been being done in a lot of places, and I really would like someone to come and help who can. Going on another tangent. Yeah, so I'm really looking for someone that can come and help us with that design for the methane digester to put into this tiny house, that then where the gas from the methane can come into the kitchen and be used as a cooking fuel. Like, for me, that's a big thing. My other system, sorry about the wind, just wait for that to go a bit. The other system is the grey water system, but I think we've got that pretty much down pat. It's really the methane digester that I'm looking for, someone who's a real expert in that area, or has been somewhere where they've learnt that already. And yeah, I'd like to offer my place, like a nice lovely room in my place in Bali, great internet, like very strong internet connection, so you can do your own work as well. Exchange for like 4 to 5 hours a day, or whatever it is, like whatever you feel to put into this project. That's all open for discussion. Yeah, basically that's all negotiated or negotiable, that how you can contribute, what you'd like to receive from us. But basically I have a house there in Bali, and you can have your own room, you can have good strong internet access, and also food and massage, yoga stuff. We've got a little yoga room. Yeah, I mean, it's a local house in the locals area of Karabakan, so it's not like a big flash hotel down on the beach, but it's not far from the beach. It's quite near to Canggu. It's about 10 or 15 minutes motorbike drive. Need to be pretty comfortable with motorbikes. There is also like this Gojek thing, like, anyway, let's talk about that later. So that's actually what I'm going to talk about on Thursday, is what I can offer skilled professionals. That's what I call them, as part of my structure for this village idea. Friday is going to be basically a free day, talking about health, learning random things. Saturday I'm going to go more into some practical things about what we've actually been doing so far in Bamboo Creative in Bali, some of our systems, yeah, asking for feedback about anything to do with vertical gardens, homestay activities, retreat activities, workshops, and any sort of coaching and collaboration. I'd like to invite and people's participation. I don't know when I'm actually going to be able to do a live stream, like that would actually be the ideal thing for then. I guess as this group grows, then we can look at doing something like that and have actual live discussions and chats with other parents and volunteers and everybody else who's interested in co-creating this thing. And what else? So tiny house designs, recycling. I just saw a bunch of roller doors over there. Let's go and have a look. How on earth would you recycle roller doors? It's going to be a competition. I'm going to launch this competition for ideas on how you would recycle roller doors, because they're the kind of thing in North Queensland we have a lot of. And sensitive weed, roller doors, look at that, look at those babies there. How and what would we use them for to repurpose or upcycle them? Any ideas? Any ideas at all? See? Anyone with cool ideas? They look a little bit mangled and mouldy. I'd be interested if anyone comes up with any ideas for that. Okay, and Sunday, what are we going to do on Sunday? Beautiful tree. Basically about being in alignment, how as humans, we can stay accountable in, I've had quite a bit of experience in, community environments and around really being in tune and alignment with what it is we want to create for our kids, around training with people that are looking at working with disabilities. Hate that word. Angels with wings. Okay, it's going to be angels with wings from now on. Hi Wayan, hope you're listening to this. So any sort of contributions or comments that people might have around how they've best trained their care workers, and what I'm proposing basically. So especially around these family homestay retreats, and I am actually looking at some locations in Australia as well, up here in North Queensland at the moment, looking at how families can set up like a homestay environment, how we can work with local disability organisations and carers, whether it's you're bringing your own carer or whether you're going to utilise some local staff for some care hours, just to enable some just more localised care environments. All right, so family homestay, like being able to go away somewhere where it's going to be more supported than just if you were to go away by yourself, and setting up these environments where it's going to create a nice place to be able to come and stay and exchange time and energy and resources and help us develop this project. Okay, so thanks for listening, and I will talk to you soon.